Presidenti owe Uganda owesape hunene mushakuru Yoweri Kaguta Museveni abirilwayo narebya ebakathasamukulaya nerimukolhamu mukulukulu owe grupu eno eyeshandimi esyeluwu okughunzerera erya olhuhindahindano luno olwe Piny Luwu Festival olhulhwe omwa muyi owe Siaya County omwa kihugho ekye Kenya. Kwa mubala oyu wukabanika omwa buli region ono owelwe okwa Ramogi Hill Shrines. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni mwakabya inakambalibawa engule eyi inane hakuma na mughenzi wiwe President William Ruto haghuma noyo wabya Prime Minister owerihanga erye Kenya ya Right Honorable Raila Omolo Odinga. Abashakulhu abasathu aba abalebya ibakambalibawa neryo ibwa mubakabya ibakathwalibawa haghuma nabandi bandu abalihika okwa lhuhindahindano olhu bamabya ibakathwalhawa okwa Jaramogi Oginga Grave. Hano abalebya ibakasamalira ebindu ebithi byamuthina mughuma bamathasabya ibakaghenda emyanya ini eyabalebya ibakathasamaliramu ehinyumba ehyo ehikathunga ehiswa ehirihiri ehikabya ihikimanira abana bani kwitsi abaghalha bani abelhuwo. Ya President Museveni mwakalhwayo neribugha athi ePiny Luwu Festival yikasa eyikasangasanganaya amahanga awali omwa bitsweka bino ebye East Africa omuhulhu bakabya ibakajaguzaya ebyobuhanga bwabu ebyenzarwa haghuma nebyo ebyakera kandi ebindu ebi bebye ebikathasaghenda embere ebikathekawa efedero. Abanya East Africa bamabya ibanginathoka erihika okwa businguzi obubakarondaya omwa bipindi ebyo.
I thank the Luos for making me an elder. In the community. I think this is an honor for the people of Uganda. By 1900, the whole of Africa had been colonized. And this one had followed 600 years of slave trade. This was a big humiliation for Africa. The chiefs tried to fight, but they could not manage. But in 1912, a new group of people, educated people, started the African National Congress of South Africa. That was the beginning of the modern resistance by the African people. Now, when they started the resistance, they had 4 historical missions. Mission number 1, chase the foreigners, get independence, get uhuru. But mission number 2, create prosperity for the African people. Prosperity. Watu kuwa na hali nzuri ya maisha. That was the second historic mission. The third one, strategic security. How can Africa be secure from all threats? Because, you know, we had really survived to renusurika because other people who were colonized are no longer there. But number 3, ensure that never again will Africa be under threat. Strategic security. Never be under threat from anybody, whatever. So which means you have to build new strength. But that sort of strength of spears and so on is not what we need now. We need strength which can defend us from all threats, including people who are operating from the moon. Some people go to the moon, and for us we are here. They are looking at us from there as if we are small insects. And they can spray things on us we don't even know. And we are just here, defense forces. What are you defending? You don't even know what is in the sky. But mission number 4 was using the undugu, which exists, to do the other three. Number 1, independence. Number 2, prosperity. Number 3, strategic security. How do you achieve this? Use the undugu, which is already existing. If there are Jaruos in Congo, in Uganda, in South Sudan, in Ethiopia, in Kenya, in Tanzania, why don't you use that? Why don't you use it to bring these countries together? If there are Bantus in all these places, why don't you use them to bring people together? Now that we are beginning to use this approach of getting the people together, I am very happy. Where I heard what the professor was saying, that you played football, you wrestled, and so on. But I wish you had added one political item, not 2, not 3, the one of political federation. If you had added, is that highly political or what? What is it? For me, I think if you talk of culture, you cannot avoid that one. The political federation of East Africa. What will the federation solve? The federation will deal with the issue of prosperity. How? How do you get prosperity? I always ask those people, where does prosperity come from? Can you get prosperity from begging Americans for money? Can you get prosperity from what? How are you going to get prosperity? Prosperity, ustawi wa jamii, comes from producing a good or a service. Each family or each company producing a product, bidhaa au huduma, producing a good or a service and selling it, was on the 3rd of June 1963. This is when Mzee Kenyatta, Mwalimu Nyerere, and Obote, and others met in Nairobi and declared that they would form the Federation of East Africa that year, 1963. But after it, while some of them started developing cold feet. That's why in 1964, Mwalimu Nyerere and Karume went ahead and formed Tanzania from Tanganyika and from Zanzibar.
iyo okwa chisoka chiwe iya President William Ruto makarwayo amaenda akakanja erisimalewe okwa President Museveni habwere baneka okwa mukuru ono owerechinga Piny Luo Festival okwa muru oweriunzerera.
Mzee, you are welcome. You are the Mzee of our region. You have demonstrated great resilience. When I requested you, as the Right Honorable Prime Minister has said, you graciously informed me that any event that brings East Africans together is an event that you will attend without hesitation.
And you very agreed to come to be with us here today on the 2nd, just one day after the New Year, when he should be with his families in Uganda. This is a great honor that we don't take for granted. And it also shows a good neighborliness, a neighbor who comes to you at the time of need So we are happy. We, Kenya and Uganda, we are brothers. We, of course, have the artificially created borders, which were drawn somewhere in Berlin, where none of our forefathers were represented. Now we become hostage to these borders, artificial borders. They have divided their people across countries. Here you see you have got the Karamojong there and the Turkana. You've got the Pokot in Kenya and Uganda. You've got the Sebei and the Sabaot. You've got the Bukusu and the Vagishu. You've got the Samia, Kenya, and Samia, Uganda. And then you've got, of course, the Luos here, the Luos in Uganda, and so on and so forth. So we have been hostage to these borders, which were created artificially, which have divided our people. And our view is that these borders, we don't need to become impediments to cooperation and working together. This gathering here is not political. It's just cultural, to bring people together, people who share common culture. Because Waswahili wanasema ati mwachamila ni mtumwa. So this is how you develop culture. Culture cannot be static. Culture is dynamic and moves as society grows.
We are Luos, but we are also South Sudanese. We are Luos and we are also Congolese. So let nobody say that we were excluding. We are just a multinational group. And we were celebrating that we are Luos, as Luos would say, one, one, one. But we were also admitting that because of the colonial boundaries that put us in different countries, and that is now stable, we also belong to different nations. And that diversity and unity was for us to say we know